Hey everybody, I'm Lindsey.
Hi, and I'm Kim.
And we're Jane's daughters. So if you have followed us for a little bit, or you are an Etsy customer, or you just personally know us in some way and have been on this journey, you know that my mom has been doing this. She has had her own home decor business for almost 40 years. So she knows a thing or two about decorating your home for a very, very affordable price. We've been talking about this a lot, about showcasing, finally sharing all of her secrets. And that's with tutorials, that's with where she hunts for supplies or pieces, containers, what have you, at yard sales. So we are going to start sharing all of these secrets and more, and doing giveaways, all kinds of things, and we can't wait. If you've been a part of our live sales, welcome. Thank you so much for watching this. We cannot wait to do this first tutorial. Another reason that I wanted to do this too was because, I'm 35, so you've known me 35 years, and I have yet to really know the ins and outs and the secrets of how you create all these beautiful pieces. And I really want to know, me personally. So we thought, wouldn't it be great to have it be the time to share it with you all as well? Now, this is something that we are going to be doing completely free for the first 3 months. So all summer long, all of these tutorials are going to be 100% free. And then come September, we are going to be having a secret special subscription group where we're going to be sharing everything, all the secrets, multiple tutorials, Q&As, all of your supply list, everything, your vendors, everything. We're going to be giving it all away, because if you've been a customer of my mom's, then you know that her prices, you can't beat them. She has such affordable prices, and that's because she knows how to find the deals. She knows how to hunt and search to get beautiful, intricate, one-of-a-kind pieces to be able to sell to you at such an affordable price. Because the one thing, and I remember the time that we were kind of having, not an argument, but I was telling you, Mom, I don't understand your pricing. I feel like you're selling yourself short. You have this beautiful, wonderful talent, and even though you're able to get all of these supplies for a very good low price, it just doesn't reflect your art and your work. And I still feel that way, but the one thing that she said to me that halted me in my tracks, and one of the reasons that you all love my mom so much, is because her answer to that was, when someone buys one of my pieces, I want them to be able to display it proudly and feel only happiness and no guilt, no buyer's remorse, no guilt over spending hundreds of dollars on their home decor with her. And I just thought, like, how wonderful, like how cool of her to have that heart for her customers and want these one-of-a-kind beautiful pieces to just be something that they can enjoy. So now we're going to be allowing you inside all of it and really get to know how she even creates all of this stuff. So our first one we're going to do tonight, we're so excited.
Yes.
It's going to be the American flag wreath. So Mom,
It's that time of year.
It's that time of year. We just celebrated.
Very, very easy.
Very easy, which is one thing that you wanted to
I
do
wanted
an
to
easy
do
one.
Easy one first, and it's extremely affordable. I have seen these in shops and on other selling venues for $60 to $100, and
What would you say we are going to be making these for
well,
about?
it depends. Like, you can purpose a wreath, because you're going to be covering up most of it. So even if you have a wreath that maybe you have used previously that has some glue on it, just pick that off. Or I also sometimes when I find a wreath, I'll hose. This is a great time of year to hose it down, let it sit out in the sun. It's good to go. So this is the
Final.
wreath we're going to be making and show you today.
This is mine. So this is the one that we hang on my door. And this one is actually a pretty small grapevine wreath. I needed a smaller one for my door, but you can make it with any size.
Yeah, I think the ones we're using today are 18-inch wreaths. Let's just see. Yeah, about 18-inch. This one's a little bit bigger. This one's 19-inch. And we're starting off with, now these are flags that I actually bought at a fabric store. They're panels. And then I finished them off. And I think what we're going to do is, because I have probably about 30 of these, I'm going to put them on my Etsy shop and just sell the wreaths. But you could also buy a flag like this at like Walmart. It's kind of like a vine, I don't know, I forget what.
It is kind of
like a polyester.
Yes. Yep.
Very outdoor, although the fabric one would be fine too.
It holds up well outside.
Yes, but this is something you could pick up at Walmart or, you know, just about anywhere. So,
but if you don't have a flag, I will have the link to purchase these flags from us if you would like in the description.
Okay, so Lindsay's going to, there's a couple different ways you can start. I'm going to use a piece of wire. It's about 36 inches long. It's a rusty wire, but it's kind of heavy. And Lindsay's going to be using a needle and thread with a sturdy thread.
Now she told me that the threading was easier. I don't believe her yet, but we're gonna find out.
It's a little bit easier because the needle takes you into the fabric where the you know, the wire have to poke it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
that makes sense. So where do I start?
Start it
at the end of the stripes. So as you can see, the stars are up here.
This is the top.
Okay.
And all you're going to do is just like every inch or so, you're just kind of creating.
Gathering.
You're going to gather it.
Okay.
Yeah, so every inch or so, you're just
and then you're going to go underneath and gather, correct?
Well, you're going to gathering you're going to kind of gather it at the end. It's all going to come together. See what I'm saying? Like in the beginning, you just
poking through. But I'm kind of going over and under. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing too.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So do I pull the string through?
Pull the string the whole way through.
Help me out here, Mom.
There you go.
Okay.
That's good. See, there's going to be a lot of waste here.
Okay.
But
so it is gathered.
It is gathered.
Tight.
Right. And what you're going to do with that, you're going to want to leave probably a good 8 to 10 inches and cut that off.
Okay.
And tie it.
Tie it right there.
Tie it in a knot. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, since mine is a wire, I'm just going to turn it a couple times to tighten it. And again, I'm going to cut wire.
The same?
Yes.
8 to 10 inches?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so now there's a couple ways you can do this. Most of the time, you're going to want to find your center.
Got it.
Find your center and flip it. Okay, so now on this, the center on the back, this is going to be the back.
Okay.
You want to take I put my wire.
You're gonna lift it up to show.
I'm gonna wire it onto the wreath.
So she took one end of the wire, looped it directly in the middle of the grapevine, and up and under and through. Just the back wire.
Yes.
So that the top wire can then twist around.
Yes. And we're securing it.
And am I doing the same?
You're going to do the same.
Okay.
Find your center, and you got this nice piece.
I have a nice big
right
piece right here. I'll show you here in a minute what I'm doing.
I kind of want to knot it.
Okay. So I have this nice big thick grapevine piece right here. So I just stuck my thread underneath that, and I'm going to double loop it around. Double knot it.
Double loop it. And yours, because it's on, actually probably what I would do is come back down in here. Because you're on that piece, it's going to slide.
Okay. Awesome.
And then you're going to want to...
So that is the back.
And you're going to want to flip it back over. There we go. Now, now comes the fun part. We want to... Now there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can hide, you know, you can cover, like this one, we covered most of the wreath. You really don't see the wreath from the front.
Not much.
Just a little bit. Oh, it looks nice.
I just gathered it around the grapevine. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Then what we're going to do is I'm going to have you use wire.
Okay.
Get a big old piece. Wire's pretty cheap. So
this is what, like 10 inches of
wire?
Probably
a foot.
Probably a foot. 12 inches of wire.
Okay. So you're going to want to wrap
around here.
Wrap around there.
So what we did is I just wrapped the wire around the flag, twisted it to make it taut over here, and now I'm going to twist it back into the grapevine so it stays securely there.
Yeah. And I wanted to tell you, these flags are 60 inches long. So it gives you a nice long tail, which I think looks really nice when it's
I love it on my
the
door. In this video, there will be a picture of what it looks like on my front door, and I just love it. Okay, so that's what it should look like at this point.
Now the next step is the bow.
Great.
Like the one, I love the ticking, the ticking. You can do that. You could do a solid red bow. Even this blue gingham check or the red gingham check. I think I'm going to use the red gingham check for this one. Now see, that's the other thing I wanted to point out. This flag is slightly tea-dyed, which at some other video we'll do that too. This one is just your classic classic colors. I call this an Americana color. It's just got the white is not pure white. It's got a tinge to it.
I don't know what I want to do. I think I want to do just the red.
The solid red?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that will look pretty.
Where did you get your ribbon?
Well, that's the key too. I buy a lot of ribbon at Christmas time.
Okay.
When Joanne Fabric, Michaels, when they run their sales, Black Friday, I'm not out Christmas shopping, I'm out craft supply shopping.
How much are you unraveling?
Oh, a good bit.
Good night.
We can always wrap it back up.
Okay.
And right after, that's when I buy a lot of my ribbon. So I kind of like a long tail.
Yeah,
also
I like it
for this.
I like that too.
Okay, So then,
So she's gonna teach us how to make a bow.
I like about, well, her bows a lot of times look better than mine. Makes me mad. But. Okay, so
Take your loop.
okay, yours. That's going to be a smaller bow than mine, but that's okay.
Yeah.
However you want to. Okay, mine's about 5-6 inches, and then you're going to want to twist it.
Wait, twist where?
In the back.
Twist in the back.
Yeah.
So,
well, bow making is a whole nother video.
We're gonna make an extra video
Yeah.
for bow making. We're gonna go a little faster, but you twist from the back and hold it tight,
Okay. Yeah.
pinch, and make another loop about the same size, or a little bit longer, right?
No, same size. You
Same
bring it
size.
up to kind of, make
Okay.
sure we got.
Twist it again. Make another loop up. Twist it from the back again. Make another loop going down.
I'm just going to do 4 loops on either side.
4 loops on it. Oh my gosh, this is a huge bow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
4 loops, so we're on the third. Third to the back, twist. We will do a more up close video of how to do this here soon. Loop down, twist. And 1 more because it's 4. All right, loop up. I'm slower at this anyway. You're quick, so I'm twist. 1 more loop down and twist. Now we gotta get that tail. Here you go. Sorry. Thanks, Mom. Right, now we take a piece of wire.
I kind of pull my tails down.
Right in the middle.
Yes.
Wrap it all the way around to the back. Twist it tight. All right, and now is where the fun stuff is, where you really
still
shape
hold
it.
You still hold it taut, and then you're just gonna
Fluff it.
fluff it.
The first loop, the top loop for me, will come down and be my middle loop. And then I will fan out the other loops. So it looks like that. Great. Cool.
And then we're just gonna, right where we wired it onto the grapevine, we're going to wire this right there.
So you're gonna wrap it around the flag.
Yes.
Right?
Where it's gathered right there. Yep.
And twist it a few times.
Yes. And then now that it's on there tightly, you can fluff again. Your bow looks better than mine.
It doesn't.
Yes, it does.
And this is where I like to do the flag.
The
What
V?
do you call it? The V.
The V.
Yes.
And then you just fold it in half
You fold it in.
and cut a triangle out. And then you'll have your ends. will
I'm the
look
type
like
of
that.
person where I end up making it look like a flag. So
Okay.
this is important to know how to do this.
Okay.
You fold it on the inside, and then where the edges are, you cut up at an angle. That's how you make that.
Yay.
Some of you are watching it going, yeah, duh, I know that. But there's so many times I'm cutting like this, and I make the triangle at the end instead of cutting it at the edges to give it that.
Cool. Now,
This is where we're at so far.
yeah. So now you could leave it just like that. Or you can embellish it. Like this one we put the white berries.
I like the white berries.
I like the white berries. Or if you wanted to do something just a little, we could add some greens to it.
That would be pretty too. I love this floral. Where do you get your florals?
A lot of them I get at Joann Fabric when they have a sale.
Okay.
There's some other places that I order online. Some of my wholesalers, to be honest, they're just a little pricey.
Okay.
I'm a big sale watcher.
Sale watcher, coupon user.
Oh, yeah.
So you definitely need a pair of wire cutters.
Yes, I never pay full price for anything, ever.
And we're just taking a little piece of this. How much are you cutting for?
Well, I'm kind of
wreath?
seeing if I really like this.
So far, I'm liking this. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm going to add some berries, I think. But so far, I'm liking that.
I kind of like the greens.
I
too.
love the greens. Show them. So when they're on the table, they can't see them. I really love the greens. Now, where do you get your berries? Because I don't think you get your berries at Joann's.
No, I get my berries at, you know, we're very, very fortunate here in Lancaster County. We have AT Imports, and
Which is a wholesaler.
We also have Amish Trader, which is down Route 30.
You can find these on Etsy and Amazon.
Yes, because you need a tax license to go to
a wholesaler. So I'm kind of, so when you use berries, and the only reason I know this part of this is because I used to make wedding bouquets, forever bouquets. I would make out of burlap roses and fabric. I would make my own fabric roses, and then I would put things like berries or greens, faux greens in them. So I just usually, we go in threes. I twist either 3 or 6 berries together, and then they will, as they're straight, you just kind of wrap it around your finger and pull it just a little bit. And then I'm just going to tuck it up top, and I'm going to tuck one underneath. And you are gluing.
So I am hot gluing my
So tell them how you're doing that.
I glued my bow down to give to give it a little bit more stability.
Okay.
And to keep it in place. And then I'm just...
So did you just lift it and glue it underneath? How did you do that?
Yep, I just lifted and put a little bit of hot glue.
Okay.
Like right under there.
Okay.
And then I'm just taking a little bit of hot glue on the edge of the greens and just tucking it in underneath the bow.
Okay.
And then I do like just a few of these little white sprigs. Should we tell them what we're going to do with one of these when we're done?
Yes. One of these is going to be
I'm gonna let you pick.
A giveaway.
A giveaway. And we'll even ship them.
Yes. So we are going to be giving away our wreaths to you.
We just really want you to... I mean, I don't know. I just get it's like Christmas morning for me. It's that feeling. I can't describe it. I'm that way when I walk in a fabric store, when I see trims. I mean, it's just when I create something and I am so happy with it. It's just that warm feeling you get, and that's what we really kind of want to pass along to you guys. We're hoping that you guys will come along this journey with us and learn.
Absolutely. And feel it for yourself. And then you can display something in your own home that you made.
Exactly. And
that
at Christmas time, if a lot of you, if you've bought from me for the past 30 years at some of these craft shows, some of these shows I make about 300 arrangements.
It's insane.
Yeah, I'm working 18-hour days, but I'm ready to just kind of show y'all how to make them and maybe give them as gifts and yeah.
Pass the torch, so to speak,
A little bit.
to me and to you.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm gonna.
So once you're done with that, and we're all done, I'm going to put a hook on the back. So you can hang it on a nail or a wreath hanger.
What's great about hot glue is there's no rhyme or reason. Like,
I know.
it's very.
I don't know what I
nice
did
and
before
flexible.
hot glue. I'm just wondering,
You were more of a seamstress.
I was. That's how I really started. I've been sewing, I'm not even gonna say how many years. My grandma taught me when I was a very young little girl. Yeah. Now see, I don't like that. So it's gotta come over because while that's in the center, this is a little heavy on this side. Okay.
Now, how much would you say this should cost to make a range? Let's just say. Let's say they have to buy a flag, buy some ribbon, buy wire,
Yeah.
buy some.
I'm thinking. I mean, if you have to go, definitely. If you're going to go to Michael's or to Joanne to pick up your grapevine wreath. I think the last time I was there, the grapevine wreaths are $6.99, but you always have to use like a 40%, 60%, I mean 50% off coupon.
Absolutely.
Flag, you might even have a flag. I mean, it shouldn't cost you more than $25 to make this. And I'm speaking high.
That's high.
Yes.
It's on the higher end of how much it should
See?
cost.
Good job.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
I think I did a good job. So I
did too.
don't have the
hook
hook on yet, but this is mine.
This is mine.
I love it.
And what's really cool, if you have double doors, you could just make it opposite.
Yep. Make it opposite. Have this hang from this side and that from that side. And
Yeah. I was in
I love double doors too.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for being a part of our first live
live.
tutorial. We hope that you love it. If you need anything at all, please message us. You can send us an email at janesdaughters or janesdaughters@gmail.com. You can message us on Facebook, facebook.com/janesdaughters. Make sure to like our page, like this video, share it with your friends. We're going to be posting about the giveaway very, very soon. Our next live, once this is posted, our next live sale will be July 11th. That's Sunday, July 11th at 7 p.m. So make sure you are there for that. Thanks so much.
Thank
and have
you
a great
so
day.
much.
Thank you.